how's it going, everyone? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for stopping by to say what's up to the chat or whatever. I hope everyone's doing good. Shout out to the chat room. Aki Betha. We got Life of a Grandmaster Troll. Peace to you, GMT. Peace to the chat room. NBA City, what's up? So tonight, we had our gaming awards ceremony for the South by Southwest conference. And I know that some of my subscribers are gamers. So I just wanted to come and share the results of the winners and some of the nominees. I didn't get to really take a whole lot of notes because honestly the event moved so very fast. But nonetheless, I thought it was entertaining and fun. They had the same categories as last year, of course. But it was, of course, different because it was virtual. But we were at least able to chat with each other and stuff in the South by Southwest app, and things like that. So that made it fun. I think I met like 3 people in the chat box. But anyway, to start off, the first award that they presented was the award for excellence in animation, art, and visual achievement. And the game for that one was Ghost of Tsushima. Now, I've never played that game before, but I have subscribers that have played that game before. I wouldn't know, because I don't typically play fighting games or combat games. So that was the one award that won for excellence in animation, art, and visual achievement. Okay. The next one, oh, maybe I should do this. For those of you who don't know, there you go, Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima. That one won for excellence in animation, art, and visual achievement. And I have to say, the graphics for that game are pretty like intense, and I think they have nudity in that game too, if I'm not mistaken. Like my first time seeing someone stream that game, I was like, what, nudity? It was so weird, but I'm not used to seeing nudity in games. Anyway, so on to the next category. The next category was for excellence in narrative, otherwise known as the game that had the best storyline. And the game that won that award was The Last of Us Part 2. Now, I've seen some streams of The Last of Us and things like that. And I think I can't remember the other games that were nominated for this category. But congratulations to the video game developers for The Last of Us Part 2. Thought that was pretty cool. So, Last of Us Part 2. Now, the VR game of the year was also a category. Of course, it is every year. The video game that won that award is actually a video game that I've never heard of. Maybe I don't really game that much, but I'm familiar with some VR games, and I think it's called Half-Life Alyx. This one won for VR Game of the Year. So that's definitely going to be a game that I'm going to be investing in because I want to know why it won. I want to see everything. I think also The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, I think that one was nominated along with Star Wars Squadrons. I think those two were nominated as well for a VR Game of the Year. And then moving right along to excellence in audio design, because you know they have 3D. Some games are programmed for 3D sound, some are programmed for 2D. But it was Doom of Eternal that won for excellence in audio design. I've never played this game before, Doom Eternal. And I think Star Wars Squadron was also nominated for that category too. So now the video game that won for excellence in score, also known as the score music, the score soundtrack for the game, was Ori and the Will of the Wisp. Now, I'm not familiar with this game. I've never heard of this game before. But after today, I'm definitely going to head to the PlayStation Store or watch some streams and see if it's something I'd be interested in. And I think Cyberpunk 2077 and Final Fantasy was all the remake. One of the remakes for Final Fantasy was also nominated for this award, but Ori and the Will of the Wisp won. So congratulations to those gaming developers for that. Now moving right along, the game that won for excellence in technical achievement, meaning basically they pushed the bar when it came to the type of tech that they use, was Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, I've never played this. I don't have a Windows operating system, but I will try to find a way to play this game or this experience. Because I'm trying to study tech and learn like different languages of tech. And I think Ghost of Tsushima, Dreams, and Astro Playroom, they were also nominated for this category. So I had never heard of Microsoft Flight Simulator before tonight when I watched the award show. GMT says, I never played Final Fantasy since the 90s, it seems. Well, the one thing that drew me to Final Fantasy wasn't the game, it was the soundtrack. Like, I never played Final Fantasy. I would just watch people play, but I would always download the soundtrack because I think it has a very, very beautiful soundtrack. That's the only thing I can tell you about Final Fantasy. I've never played or anything. I just know they have some dope-ass soundtracks and scores. And that's really what made me pay attention or even know the game Final Fantasy. If it wasn't for their commercials and their promo videos and trailers and stuff, I would not know. It was the music, because I'm heavily into video game music. I don't know what it is, but I have to have the soundtrack. So if it wasn't for their soundtrack, I probably wouldn't know what the hell Final Fantasy was. But yeah, so Microsoft Flight Simulator, excellence in technical achievements. So the next category was tabletop game of the year, and The Search for Planet X won that award. And basically that's a board game where you have to kind of use the logic and reason to find Planet X. To me, that was very interesting. I think now, is it called? I can't remember the name of the gaming or the tech. But if I remember correctly, I think that they were a vendor at the gaming exhibition and expo back in 2019. I think they were there, the developers of this game, or one of the tech companies that helped their project. I can't remember the exact name, but hi, Jervis. Can YouTube Final Fantasy live concerts? The composer is big in Japan. Yeah, I'm not familiar with the composer, but I just know I love Final Fantasy music. All their video games to me have like really awesome music and scores too. But they had some pretty interesting board games at the South by Southwest gaming exhibition and expo. I did a video on that too. I'll have to put the link down below. Good morning, Brassman. Hello. And yes, I do have Cash App. Let me see if I can post it real quick. Shout out to the chat room. I appreciate everybody being here. It's really early or late, wherever you are. And shout out to the chat room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next category. The next category is going to be excellence in multiplayer. And it's a video game I've never played. It is Deep Rock Galactic. Now, I've never played that game before. Now, let me see if I can. Let me see. Deep Rock Galactic. Some of these games I've never even heard of. It reads, Deep Rock Galactic is a cooperative first-person shooter video game developed by Danish indie studio Ghost Ship Games and published by Coffee Stain Publishing. After about 2 years in early act, that doesn't tell me what is. Let me see. What is the point of the game? It's a cooperative first-person shooter set in a future where dwarves dwarves carve out their fortunes and glories by mining deep space planets for profit-based companies till there is nothing left. So basically a cyberpunk version of outer space or some shit. Hi, the sports critic. How are you? I'm just doing a quick review of the South by Southwest Video Game Awards. Welcome to the stream. Oh, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that a bunch. God bless you. Okay. So, moving on to... So, yeah, Deep Rock Galactic. I don't think I had a picture for that one. Shame on me. But, let me see. Excellence in game design. This is another movie I've never heard of. Hades. It's pronounced Hades. Another game I've never heard of before. And salute to you, Bruce Skulls. Welcome to the stream. Has anyone ever heard of Hades? I don't think I have. So basically, it's an action role-playing game. And it was released for Microsoft Windows, Mac, and Nintendo Switch in 2020. I'm not really into this genre of gaming, but yeah, this is they took the award for excellence in game design. They took that one home. And I think Desperados 3 and Watch Dogs Legion was also nominated for that game. For that category. And Desperados 3 was also nominated. But Hades ended up taking it. So moving on to the next. Indie Games of the Year. Once again, Deep Rock Galactic won that one as well. Let me see if I can find an image. I could have swore I downloaded it. Let me see. Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah, so Deep Rock Galactic took two awards home. Half of these games, I don't see the part. One of the number one reasons why I even watch the video game awards is to learn about new games. Because I feel like sometimes I get bored with gaming. That's why I really, honestly, that's part of the reason why I really don't game a lot. Because maybe I just have lack of exposure. I don't know. But there you go. Deep Rock Galactic. So they won for Indie Game of the Year, and they also won for Excellence in Multiplayer. I don't know anything about that game. I'm just sharing who won the award. Okay. Boom. So there you go. Deep Rock Galactic. Sounds like a crazy drink or some shit. I don't know. Deep Rock Galactic. What's up, LA? How you doing? Salute, Bruce. Go salute to the chat room, y'all. Y'all know I'm in and out of the chat. I'm trying to multitask and stuff like that. So the next category would be the Matthew Crump Cultural Innovation Award. And actually, the game that won this award is my favorite game of the year, which would be Dreams. My favorite game of the year. And I love, the one thing that I love about this game is that it's like an exploration game. There's so much to enjoy. It's not like a game where you, I guess you could say, depending on what portion of the game that you're in, but this is basically a creation game where you get to create different spaces and create music. You can create anything from music. You can create your own game within the game. You have a lot of creators that join the game to create specifically music. Like I remember one night I was live streaming a Dreams gaming broadcast. And hi, Don Gordito. What's up? So it's your hi, Information Man. Peace. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate that. But Dreams, I think, was my favorite game of the year, meaning the past year. I did a few Dreams broadcasts, and you can basically design anything from a game to a visual. Like there were points in my streams where I would just like play a visual and music, and the interaction with the chat room was really cool. Everybody thought that the graphics were cool. You can pretty much design anything you want, and you can also play other people's games. If you just want to surf, you can just surf different dreams and surf. You can surf different dreams and surf different creations of other players. So I thought that was really cool. That's what made it one of my favorite games because, well, my favorite game because there's so much to enjoy. And you can also play it in VR mode if you want to. Put on your goggles and get the VR experience and shit. And y'all know I'm a VR junkie. So Dreams won that. Now off to the final category. The final category is, of course, Game of the Year, presented by Adam Wingard, the director of Godzilla and Kong. Now, I'm sorry if I butchered your name, sir, but yeah, he presented the award for Game of the Year. And guess which game won? I know we can all take a good guess. Hades won. Hades won Game of the Year. So let's look at some of the nominations for this category. Ori, what is it? Yeah, hold on, because I don't want to butcher anyone's game now. I have respect for the arts. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, that was one nominee. The Last of Us Part 2 was also a nominee. I think one of the Cyberpunk games, I think, was also a nominee, but not nominated. But yeah, this game took Game of the Year, Hades. I'm gonna have to see if I can find some streams and see what this one was all about. Cause this Hades took 3 awards. Hades took Game of the Year. It also took Excellence in Game Design. And what else? It was nominated for a lot of them too. Seemed to be a really popular one, but that's pretty much a conclusion. So basically how it works is when the developers are presented with their award, just like any other award show, they give their speech and an explanation of the game and the inspiration behind it and what they plan to do in the future moving forward with the game and stuff like that. So it was really cool. It was really cool to see that virtually. It wasn't the same because I actually went to the gaming award show in person back in 2019 and it was really fun. So I mean, the entire festival was online this year. But as I said, one thing that I really enjoyed about it was the social aspect, being able to stay social. They provided, chat rooms for these events and things like that. So you were still able to be social and connect with people and things. So so I'm thinking that moving forward in 2022, what's going to end up happening is they're basically going to make South by Southwest hybrid. And basically it's going to be a portion of it is going to be available in person and online. And I think that's cool because it'll give more accessibility to people in other countries who can't be here in person for the event, and people who probably in the country, but for whatever reason they can't attend the event, maybe because of work or school or whatever. Because even though this event was online, people in other countries didn't have access to certain parts of the film festival. Like there were a lot of like speaker sessions and films and cinema that wasn't available to people in other countries. They were exclusive only to people in the United States. So I was talking to somebody in a chat room today and we were talking about how it would be cool if they did do a hybrid event, because even though it wasn't, it was virtual this year, we were still able to go back and watch events that we missed, or like music showcases from the music festival or speaker sessions that we missed and stuff, because everything was on demand because it was virtual. So you just log into the app on your TV and watch whatever you missed or wait for it to rebroadcast. So it was really cool. It was really cool in that aspect. So we were talking about that, and I think what's going to happen is they're definitely going to make it a hybrid event next year. And I think that would be really cool if they did that. But I also wonder, how is the tier system going to work in terms of like passes? Because in previous years they did like, when you bought your pass, you had to have like, they did it in tiers. You could choose from a regular interactive one, I think, yeah, and then platinum was the highest. And then you had your basic pass below that. And so it was like a 3-tier system, but I wonder what they're going to do next year. I'm really curious about that. Be interesting. Hi, Agent Black. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. So, yeah, that's that. Hi, Jerry Poor. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What cell phone game won an award? Cell phone game. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to go back and look at the list and see, but I don't think there were any. I don't think any of these are available on cell phone. I wouldn't know. I'm not that hardcore of a gamer, so I don't even know, to be honest. I don't even know. That's a great question though. But I was in Target the other day, right? And I was shopping for some headphones, and I saw a controller for Android devices that you can use for tablets and cell phones. I was like, I didn't even know those existed. So I guess, hey, you learn something new every day, right? You learn something new every day. But that's that. Really nothing more to see else to see here. Thank you all for tuning in. I think I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, cell phone games are very popular. I have some Android. I have cell phone games. Like I like the Wordscape games and stuff. Those are my favorite games to play. I don't play any other ones though. Play any other ones. All right, Jerry Poor. Have a nice night. Take care. Sleep well. Um, Shout out to my fellow humans in the chat room. Shout out to everybody listening from the clouds. And with that being said,